Okay, hello everyone and welcome to Thursday's randomised gaming stream, and I am your host as always, Random Gamer Ribbon, for this stream. So today's stream I thought we'd actually do a Bomberman game on the Game Boy, as there's quite a few. In fact, there's at least 4 I can think of off the top of my head, but I think there's a few others as well. Spin-off sub ones. That's just the original Game Boy, not including Game Boy Color. So this is Bomberman GB, or to correct, Bomberman GB 2. So it was released in 1995, although I think the Western release may have been slightly later. It was originally called Bomberman GB 2 in Japan. It is actually the second Bomberman GB game, but because Wario Blast was actually the first Bomberman GB game, for those who don't know, Bomberman GB 1 was basically altered somewhat to Wario Blaster. Basically they added in Wario as a thing. So I'm going to start with the tutorial, and as you can see here, it's actually using the Super Game Boy's enhanced colour palette. So already you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 7, 8 colours I think on that screen. So this is not something the standard Game Boy would do, it's more sort of Game Boy Color realm. So let's start with the tutorial of this. I know this is a very straightforward, easy tutorial, but let's just get the basic of the game. I don't need to tell you how to... I don't need to know how to play Bomberman, but I thought I'd just show it to you guys. Whether I'll do all the tutorial, I'm not so sure. So, this was released in '95. It was developed, at least in part, by a company called A.I, which unfortunately is very difficult to find any information on. They appear to have been what we call a shadow developer, in that they remained largely silent. In fact, there's an awful lot of Japanese shadow developers that basically would develop a game on behalf of another company and remain uncredited. Although often the staff would be credited, but they would just be credited as like Hudson Soft or Nintendo's or Capcom's. Sega I don't think used too many, but Capcom and Nintendo definitely shadow devved, as did Hudson Software, I now realise. Konami I think did a little bit. FromSoft I know have actually shadow devved. Dark Souls 2 was largely shadow developed, but basically A.I were the company behind this in conjunction with Hudson Soft. Hudson may have had, usually the shadow developers were contractors, so sometimes they may have done most of the game, sometimes not so much. Okay, is this going to be a game where it punishes me for blowing up the exit? No is the answer to that. 19 seconds. This is quite a strenuous tutorial mode. Let's put that one there. Okay, that's not a shiny. That's not. What's to say? That's not a shining example of how to do things. Although you don't get a lot of time in this, it would seem. Okay, within the time period. Okay, I'll just go straight for the monsters then. And this was published by Hudson Soft, who of course are the creators of Bomberman. Bomberman himself, the creator was always a bit weary of, and the reason for that is I later discovered, I'm pretty sure it's based off a Namco game. I say based off, stolen from a Namco game. Oh, there's an arcade, what was it called again? Let's just quickly bring up name. Manufacture. I'm already used to blowing every block up, but I shouldn't really design this tutorial, so I just want to get out of the tutorial. This is actually have an A and B area for every stage. You get a different map for each one. Defeat the monsters with the arrows in order. Okay. That's a new one. I've not seen that in a Bomberman before. Yeah, A.I seem to have done most of the Game Boy ones. They also seem to have done Bomberman Hero and a few of the other spin-off ones, the GBA ones. Dino Blaster, I think, was done by Hudson Soft on the Game Boy. Dino Blaster, of course, being the actual very first Bomberman game, but at the time there was some sensitivity in the 90s calling the game Bomberman. Okay, so that last one we had 1 minute something on the clock. This one we've got like 3 minutes. So it was called Dino Blast. Now, what was that Namco game it was based on? I say based on, I mean stolen from, because literally. So there we go. We actually got quite an extensive tutorial. I'll just do one other. I'm not going to do them all. Konami, Midway, Namco. It's like a really early 80s Namco game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Warp and Warp is the game. I think that's the one. So Regeneration Swamp, Hideout Swamp. So this one's got hidden height. So this one's actually got some quite nice modes. I won't do any more of the tutorial. This is obviously going to take me forever if I did the tutorial, but it's a nice enough show just to get you started. Just check it is Warp and Warp. I'm pretty sure it is. It's the second stage of Warp and Warp. If this is the one I think, if this is the right Namco game, is literally Bomberman. That was a close call. I really don't want to embarrass myself anymore in this tutorial. I've already failed miserably the once, and being a bit of a Bomberman Pro, as you can tell from some of our other videos on the channel, dying is not something I do too often in a Bomberman game. Oh, that was the hideout. So let's go to the story mode. Just check this. While you guys are watching the opening story. Ah yes, this is where it had this really nice border. It changes borders as well depending what mode you're in, so. Is this literally going to be like the first couple of stages I was doing previously? No, it wasn't warp and warp. Yeah, this is literally the stage I was doing previously, same time. That's a great. Gives you the training is literally the stages in the game. Okay, so there's literally no point in you actually bothering with the training stages. Five, four, three, two, one. Oh, just in the nick of time. Yeah, I think it is warp and warp. Pretty sure warp and warp is the game Bomberman borrows extensively from. You have to get to the second game mode, and literally it's like a lander planting bombs in a square arena, and that was why obviously they were always very cagey about it, because that game beat Bomberman's design by a few years. So, and of course no one likes to admit you actually stole another company's concept and just made it better, but they did. They actually improved upon the Namco concept. Namco were weird. They did some really great innovative things, but they never quite capitalized on a lot of it, or just never quite made it as entertaining as some of the other developers. So for a Game Boy game, the music's not bad. It's definitely one of the better Bomberman games on the Game Boy. Unfortunately, the Bomberman games on the Game Boy are probably a bit pricey these days, I will admit that. I was lucky enough to get this one for a couple of quid actually in a car boot sale many years ago, although sadly it is only cart only, so no box or manual, which is one of the things I don't like not having with games. I very rarely have any sort of cart collect. I generally dislike cart only games unless I make a rare exception for them. This one I think I just picked it up cheap because it was on sale and I knew the guy selling it. So now, one of my golden rules as Bomberman is not to let your bombs get too big. You always want to be able to outrun them. The minute you make them too big, they become problematic. So I think 4's probably about the limit. You can usually make them epically large, but then they can become quite troublesome to contain, and you don't need them screen length. You still want to be able, a good length is to be able to outrun your bomb if you get stuck. So unless you trap yourself by your bomb, you still want to be able to outrun its explosion blast. This makes really, really good use of the Super Game Boy, as you can see. So we've had different borders, and then making use of the colour palette. Although strangely in the actual Game Boy games themselves, the colours, well, it's weird, we have all the brown colours in these sort of dreary sections, you get the yellow for the timer, so it takes advantage of the Super Game Boy's advanced colour palette. Weirdly, a lot of the Game Boy games, if you subsequently play these back on the Game Boy Color, don't always utilise this feature, which was a bit annoying. And I was always debating whether the Super Game Boy should be able to play Game Boy Color games. As far as I could tell, there wasn't really... I suppose it probably didn't have the software, but I would have thought it should have been able to, because it probably was the Super Nintendo is definitely more powerful than the Color Game Boy. And remember, this is not emulation, this is actually direct hardware recreation. Although I will admit, when I actually got a SNES, I never, despite owning a Game Boy, I never got... It's probably better if I blow through this end. Good, let's get some... The reason you want to clear out the blocks is you always want to see what power-ups remain. So I want bomb power-ups, I'm not going to take any more blasting power-ups. You don't really need much bigger range than that. Especially when you start getting power-ups that blow through walls and things like that. They can just be more harm than good at times. The best power-up is, of course, remote detonation, which allows you to remotely control bombs and detonate them. Now, it's fair to say Bomberman games are a little bit samey. The formula hasn't changed, but there is an adage of if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and I'd say that's one example with the Bomberman series. If you want a recent outing, then by all means get the fairly recent Switch and PS4 version, which is Super Bomberman R, which is effectively Super Bomberman 6. Although technically Super Bomberman 7 really, because Satin Bomberman was effectively Super Bomberman 6. And at some point we will actually have all 5 of the Super Bomberman games, as I do actually have all of them. Part of my SNES. I even have the gold cartridge of number 5, which is a really nice thing to have. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's why you should always be a little bit careful when planting bombs that are going to blow up other ones that have revealed. So I will blow that power up because I just don't want it. I'll probably speed up my bombing a little bit because I need to get to the enemies a bit quicker. Time is a little tight on this one. As you can tell, there is definitely an Indiana Jones theme throughout this Bomberman, and I think it's even called Indie Bomberman or something. Clearly a bit of a homage to the film, which is really nice to see. Glad to see. I must admit, I haven't actually played this one that much. I'm just going to blow up these other blocks just to see if there's anything good in them. Just in case the legendary remotes is somewhere in them. So the music isn't quite as good as Battletoads last night. Okay, so 4 bombs is the maximum. Okie dokie. So far we haven't seen any other power-ups other than bomb increases and firepower increases. Oh, I'm going to be cheeky and just blow everything up with a sort of big old bomb chain. This is probably actually, I think this is probably the, when this released, this was probably the best Bomberman game on the system. I haven't played Bomberman GB 3, but this is probably better than Wario Blast. I was always a bit... Wario Blast is a bit controversial for Bomberman fans. It was clearly just reskinned, probably at Nintendo's request, I imagine. It was always a bit of an odd one. You just threw in Wario into a Bomberman game for no other reason other than, obviously, as a marketing thing, maybe just to try and build Wario's brand at the time. I can't actually... Okay, so the power-ups are next to useless in this one. So 4 bombs is the maximum, as is 4 firepower. I have to remember that. There's no speed-ups in this one, and there's no... So far we haven't seen any other power-ups, which is a bit disappointing. So we got fire. I was hoping for like remotes or walk through walls, which is sort of customary on most of the Bomberman games. You also get like super fire bombs. I mean, most of the power-ups started appearing in suits. All the whole range sort of originally in the initial arcade games, and Super Bomberman added more, and you get various other games. So yeah, it's worth blowing up all the blocks. Remember, each time you play the game, the power-ups seem to are generally randomly hidden behind different power-ups in most Bomberman games. So they change which blocks they're under. There's always a set number of power-ups in each stage, so there'll always be the same, like 3 bomb power-ups in a stage and 1 fire power-up, and one stage might have a remote, but they'll always be on the same stage, but they usually change under which blocks they're located. Oh, it's boss time. It's my favourite time of any video game. Big monsters do battle. It's a bit tight. That's not good. Okay, I keep the power-ups. It's good. I should get rid of the troops. And there he goes. That's the winning tactics you want to use against bosses in this. I really do like that border. That's a really good border. As you can see, there, it really takes advantage of the Super Game Boy Color palette as well. So it's a really nice game to use it. If you want, as mentioned, if you want the Japanese version, this is Bomberman GB 2 in Japan. It was renamed to Bomberman GP as the first game was altered to Wario Blast. Oh, we got the Whip Bomb set. Oh, nice. They're doing a proper Indiana Jones. You know, I barely played this one despite having it. This is actually the first time I've really sat down with it, if I'm being honest. A few games who've done that for the streams, literally like the first time I've actually sat down with them for proper. So let's see how far I can get in this hour. I'll do, seeing as always, there's a node hideout, swamp hideout, regeneration swamp. Let's go swamp hideout because regeneration swamp sounds rather. that tutorial at the start seems a bit pointless, Mike, because literally it's like the first stage of every world. It's like, well, if you're doing that, what's the point in actually having a tutorial when you have the introduction at the start of the stage? Music's not bad, not as good as Battletoads in yesterday's stream. Battletoads was the soundtrack was done by David Wise of Donkey Kong Country fame and various other rare games. Although I should say he was one of 3 composers who did the Donkey Kong Country music. But yeah, his very, very good Game Boy soundtracks and very, very good soundtracks and music. Oh! Hoodwinks. Okay, I've got to watch that. That's where this is a hidden hideout. I was going to hazard a guess Regeneration Swamp had enemies regenerating, so I didn't fancy that one. I've lost my power-ups as well. Oops. Okay, that's going to be a real hindrance. Okay, I need to be extra careful. Nice that hidden trap mechanic though. I think that might be unique to this Bomberman, just rustling through my head of all the Bomberman games I played, although maybe not. Some other ones have sort of hidden things that pop up. I wonder what that Regeneration Swamp is. Maybe I'll quickly see. Oh! Slow but steady wins the race. Slow but steady. Thanks for the like, guys. Always nice to know you're enjoying the streams. So they're in the same places as well, the sort of... Okay, right. They shall stick to the squares I know don't have them. Actually, this is going to be quite a nasty world. You just take everything really, really slowly. Okay, that's another hideout. I have no idea how many hideouts are in each stage. I'm just going to take everything really, really slow and carefully. Okay, exits open. Now, my favourite Bomberman game is probably the original... Well, not the original, probably Saturn Bomberman, but I've played so many of them. I think the original arcade games were the first Bomberman ones I played. Oh, there's them. And then played some of the Game Boy ones, the Super Nintendo ones. Super Bomberman... So I originally played, I was lucky enough to actually get Super Bomberman 1 and 2 on Super Nintendo back when I originally first had a... Well, I've always had the same Super Power Super Nintendo, but there was a point where I basically gave up buying games for it. So I originally never had Bomberman 3, but I did get it years later. and now subsequently have North American versions of all three on top of the 3 power ones, which makes her a nice, not North American, Japanese. So the 5 Japanese ones. Actually, I have the 7 Japanese Bomberman games, but I think I've got every Japanese Super Nintendo games, a bit of trivia that I think he got released in. So he got released in the 5 Super Bomberman games. There was the Bomberman Bidan game as well, which is like a weird... It came with like a little figure as well that launched a little ball from the centre, which was based on a game called like Bidan or something, where you literally shoot a ball and have to knock something. It's a bit hard to describe. It's one you definitely have to play for yourself. And there was also Bomberman Panic, which I believe was a port of an arcade game, which is a puzzle Bomberman game. And then Bomberman also appeared in the same game, which you saw the other week, as one of the tile sets for the cartridge. So I'm being really, really careful where I lay the bombs in this set, because I don't want to suddenly find I've just walked on a hidden hideout. And I think that's all the Super Famicom games he appeared in. Now, so there were Super Bomberman 1 to 5, but only 1 to 3 got a PAL North American release. 4 and 5 remained Japan only. And that's pretty much part of the course for Super Famicom games. Pretty much every major series had at least one game not released in the West, or unless it's something like Fire Emblem, in which case none of the games got released in the West on Super Famicom. There's an awful lot of SNES Super Famicom games. I always thought it was slightly odd they changed the name from Super Family. I suppose because it's not a computer, which is why you wouldn't really call it. They'd sort of laughed at it if they called it a computer, because it wasn't. It's a games console. Oh, I got a hideout there. That's good to know. You can get them without. Right. Now there are actually quite a lot of Game Boy Bomberman games. I'm not even sure of all of them. So you've got the 3 Bomberman GB games. There's the original Dynablaster. There's Pocket Bomberman. There's Bomberman Quest as well. Oh, that was right. This is the Game Boy Pocket was the later one. So, and there's Game Boy Color ones as well, and a few others. So there's quite a lot of Game Boy ones. There may be more Game Boy Bomberman games. He's certainly got around over the years, Bomberman, and he is such an iconic character. I think he's probably Hudson's most recognised. I'm tempting fate here by trying to blast open the last power-ups. Okay, I think we're good. Careful. Slow but steady into the waist on this one with the hidden traps. But he is one of those characters, he's got such an iconic design, and that design has just lasted. The minute you see that character head, you just know it's Bomberman. That was my own fault. Okay, I've kept my bomb power-ups, fortunately. Okay, I got him, so hopefully just going to put one there as well, just to make sure there are no sort of... Really want to be careful with these hideouts. Okay, there's another one, let's get rid of that one. Two more monsters to go. Okay, there goes another hideout. Basically, one of the tactics is to chain link bombs, so you sort of extend the range and things like that, as you can see that I'm doing here. Just in that case there's a hideout. Okay, one last monster. There's probably a hideout in this last section as well. I was correct, there was the hideout. Okay, I don't... Actually, I will check the last couple of blocks just to make sure there's not a one-up tucked away somewhere. So tactical placing of bombs is always very key. You don't want to make. You always want to make sure you've got an escape route. You always need to plan ahead with everything you do in Bomberman, as if you don't, you can find yourself in a situation where you may be in for a nasty surprise. I'm just going to put one there in case there's a... So these hideouts are really irritating because they are hidden everywhere. Speak of the devil. Sometimes that is unavoidable. With power-ups you are going to lose a few. Okay, I thought there'd be another hideout around here somewhere. The sooner I get out of this world the better, because I am on my last life and I certainly don't want to have to redo this one. Hopefully that's our last hideout. Now I know the stage is such a long time. Okay, I think this might be the boss 2-5. I'm hoping it is. Okay, no hideout here. I do enjoy a good Bomberman game, although it probably might not be the most exciting game to watch. It's all about tactical placing. In many ways, I'd say, although they're sort of live action, there is very much a puzzle element to them. So they're sort of a cross between a sort of action game and a puzzle game, I think. I'm actually quite making sure just to double blast areas once I've revealed them, just in case there's... the hideout lurking away. It's an interesting name. I'd call it more Pitfall, actually. One, two, three, four... one more enemy, just want to make sure I've got the safe areas secure. Basically want to keep blasting past so that way I know they're not going to run into the hideouts. Every time I say that, there's like a premonition. The hideout isn't. Guys come sometimes been like, yeah, it was a hideout. Oh, there's a hideout there. We've got one enemy left in a minute. That was a bit closer than I would like. Hoping there'll be an extra life around here, but oh well. Right, I might need to be a bit careful at this. Is this going to be the boss? Yes, it is the boss. Okay. Oh! Okay, so he's going to ram me, so I need to be extra careful. Okay, that wasn't too bad. On to World 3 then. So what's the whiz of World 3? I assume based on the training here, there's actually 7 stages. Maybe I should have gone for the Swamp of Regeneration. It might have been a bit faster. Nice little cheery Bomberman music there, again with the ancient map. Learned how to dash. Keep the B button pressed. Oh yes, I had the whip, didn't I? I didn't use it. Press to run. Ah, so I can dash in this one. Although admittedly you wouldn't, there was no point dashing in the previous world, as you just run into... Obviously switch ruins, switch on ruins. Let's go for B for a change. Switch on ruins. Again, you'll notice it's definitely taking advantage of the Super Game Boy's colour palette. Oh yeah, I can actually whip. Okay, I didn't realise that in the slightest. Ah, and you restart your... Okay, I feel really bad. Okay, so that's walking speed. Ah, I got run speed as well. Oh yes. Okay, that makes things a lot better. And I can... so I was able to whip bombs in that last world, and I totally forgot about that ability. Oops-a-daisy. Now, will that reset them when I blow them? So obviously when you enter a new world, you lose all your power-ups. Now, in some Bomberman game, yeah, you can... Oh, I should have been using that. Yeah, I feel really bad. I should have been using that to speed up. But yes, the whip power-up is basically the same as the punch power-up, although it's got some nice animation with the whip. I quite like that. That's quite nice. Okay, so we just got one more to do. Knowing that per world you get your abilities reset, I could actually do with. I can say one of them had to be an extra bomb. Okay, so I can also run round as well. There doesn't seem to be any hidden traps this time, which is sort of slowing me down. I think I should have gone regeneration. That would have probably been a bit quicker. I probably wouldn't need to have been so cautious. But it's nice to have a sort of alternative mechanic per world. That's not something you see in every Bomberman game. Usually just sort of the themes of the enemy. So the Super Bomberman game is just the theme. So you generally sort of fire themes, ice themes, depending on the villain of the world. There aren't many Bomberman games you can run in though. And certainly I think this is the sole one with an Indiana Jones style whip. Still got one monster. Where's that lurking? Okay, the mummy's over there. I was trapping with the whip. I feel really bad because I should have been trapping them in the previous thing. I totally forgot I had that whip ability. That's right, it's activated, so that's probably the next switch. And if I go there and detonate there, that will hit that in a chain, and the next one, exit. Okay, so I quite like the way this game's actually themed. Each stage is themed slightly different. It makes it a bit different to some of the other Bomberman games that, as I said, it's quite nice. And it's interesting the fact you've got permanent power-ups in this one rather than just, say, power-ups per life or world, as we're seeing in this one. It's quite nice that you can hit the whip, and I've got the run ability, which is... you don't often see that in Bomberman games. It's actually quite a nice idea. I wish they'd actually carry that in some of the main ones. That's quite nice to get. Oh! That was me getting a bit carried away. Password continue 1637. Okay, you continue at the stage. I'm guessing. Oh wow! You keep... okay, that's. Okay, unless there's a limited number of continues, there's not much threat of death in this one, it would seem. This is certainly Bomberman game that's relatively forgiving then, because some of them, well, I wouldn't say any of the Bomberman games are that hard. Hudson got the balancing quite right. They always maintained their arcade roots. The music's also definitely picked up a bit of pace. Oh, okay, I'm getting a bit carte blanche there. I mustn't do that. Must take my time with where I'm planting, else this will make for a boring stream. And yeah, I left that one a bit. Having just said that, but maybe the run makes you feel. It's quite nice to actually quite be able to run. This is one of the few Bomberman games that does that. Okay. Let's concentrate on work. So that's one enemy down. Okay, so that's 4 then. Okay, let's work on the objective. So I've just got to hit the switches. I don't actually need to finish the enemies in this stage. But I'll finish them anyway just for fun. There you go, you're trapped. I've got all the enemies, just a case of finding the last switch. We will be doing a fight night tomorrow as well on the stream, and I think we will be doing a Game Boy game on fight night as well, as there are a couple that do support. Though we don't have many, there are about 6 or 7 games that support 2-player via the Super Game Boy, so that's going to be an interesting one. And I know the Street Fighter 2, which we don't have, Killer Instinct, which we don't have, but they're not great ports. You can get the Toshinden, which was actually really good, so we might do the Toshinden, or we might do King of Fighters 95. We do have those Toshinden and King of Fighters 95 we do have, so we'll have a pick to see which one we want to do. There are a couple of others. There's another one called King of Fighters Heat of the Battle, I think, which was like a 96. We don't have that one, and there's a few others. There's a couple of games that do support 2-player, only via Super Game Boy though, and annoyingly a lot of those features weren't included in the Game Boy player on the GameCube, which is another negative for the Game Boy player. So they added a couple of specific games had 2-player modes on the SNES, which was really nice. You didn't need to use a link cable. Again, this stage only got 2 enemies, so starting the pyramid pattern bombs just to open stuff up a bit quicker. Oh, he drops bombs as well, and he just trapped himself. Ha ha ha! That's quite satisfying to see an enemy do that. The amount of times I've done that over the years, that's very satisfying. Cheers to the likes, guys. Always like to know you guys are enjoying the streams. Let's get rid of the last enemy, and then I can just... This stage is actually much better than the previous one, because we take it so slow. It was perhaps not the most pleasant thing to watch, I imagine. Oh, hold on. Yeah, be careful there. There is such a thing as I'd describe as basically placing too many bombs in Bomberman, then you're getting yourself in a bit of a pickle. I'll do that just to bomb quicker, because that'll take out all of them. So that's one down. I'll put another one there for when that goes, and I'll put another one there. That should probably open it. There's another one somewhere. Okay, that one. That one, and now we go to the exit. So what stage are we on? 3-5, so next one should be the boss. Yeah, this world I've done, I think we took like 20 minutes on the previous world, and this one we've done in like 5 minutes. I might even do another world after this if this is a quick one again. You ideally always want to keep your enemies boxed in, so don't necessarily blow up the things around them, so that way that you can easily, that way they can't get out of an explosion area easily, which is one of the tactics you'll see there. I like to keep enemies fenced in, so that way it makes them nice and easy to take out. Because if you blow up all the blocks, then that way they can easily escape, and then things get much harder for you to get them. At least get them quickly. I suppose the fact this one obviously has multiple routes gives it a bit more replayability than a lot of the other Bomberman games. Until you I suppose then until you get to the N64. The fifth Super Nintendo one actually has some replayabilities. There's lots of different routes in it as well. But the original Super Nintendo games are all, so up to the first four, are very much a very, very linear experience. And again, you should pay attention to where the bombs are going. That might be the exit. That is indeed the exit. Okay, here we go with a stone. These bosses are quite nice, actually. Ooh. Okay, this one's going to take a... This one I need to be a bit more strategic about making sure I basically want to maximise the area I'm going to bomb in without... This thing does not want to go down easily, that's for sure. Oh, I should really watch that. Got to lure it towards my bombs. Oh, that was a bit dangerous. Just want to basically maximum my cover. Yes, got it. Basically, you want to maximise your cover area. I nearly got myself trapped. That boss is actually rather tricky compared to the previous two bosses. Okay, so there's area 3 clear. Let's see what my next power-up is. Learned how to line bomb. Ah, yes, line bombing is, of course, press A button twice. Yep, to set all bombs in a line. Yep, not bombs at once. Not so good in this one as you only have 4 bombs. Usually in like Saturn Bomberman and Super Bomb, you get like 7 or 8 bombs. So when you line bomb, you get a massive bomb. In fact, I wouldn't probably line bombed. So I've got Mighty Monsters, the fake gem. Mighty Monsters probably going to be dual hitting enemies that take quite a beating. Let's go for the fake gem. Okay, maybe I did want the tougher enemies. Having deadly gas across the stage, not so good. Why do I not like the look of that crack in the ground? Okay, I really want to find... there's lots of gems. So which is the real one? Is it... Okay, we've got... Okay, if you notice that, this one in the middle below me looks different to the other ones. The other ones are all rounded. That one's got... So, is this the real one? And the answer to that is no. Okay, so Is that the... That's the real gem. Okay, so I need to look for... Yeah, the monsters are powerful, so I need to destroy the gems to get them. Great. Okay, this is going to be easier once I have some power-ups, so I can at least escape the monsters better. So this is going to be an interesting one. I can't actually hurt the enemies. There's not too many Bomberman games, but this is actually quite... some nice ideas in this one. The fact you've got slightly different variants on how you deal with the enemies. Okay, so that's going to be a fake gem. This is a real one. Basically, the square top gems are the fake ones that we've seen. Okay, at least we know which are real and which are fake. Okay, that's the first thing I want to... Yes, yes. Now there should be a bomb power up here still somewhere. So this one's a bit different to, unlike conventional Bomberman, I'm actually trying to find the gems rather than kill the enemies on these stages. So it does slightly change how I'm playing the game, which is very different to most Bomberman games. Normally you're just hunting down the enemies to blow them up. Or sometimes you have to destroy the sort of core thing. Okay, so... we've got one real gem there. That should be a real gem, at least. Yes, so that's a fake gem. Okay, I need to get, so I'm going to need to create a bit of space as well. Now I need to be slightly careful not to blow the fake gem. Okay, I need that monster to go on for a bit of a wander. Okay. The other issue I've got to face, I need to have enough room so that I can maneuver. I want to keep as many of the monsters contained as well prior to releasing them, because every time I release one, that means something's running around. Okay, I have to release this one. It's a real gem. Very careful I don't get penned in at this point, because we've got monsters on the loose practically everywhere now. Gotcha! That should be the last one. Yep, we got them. one of the second bomb or a 1-up on this stage. I could do with a 1-up. Do with another bomb. So that one there's a fake gem. There's a square top. This one's a sort of oval, so this is a genuine gem. I don't like the hieroglyphics on the door. I'm just trying to keep the monster contained as possible. And so again, that is a fake gem, but I just want to... Another fake gem there. Okay, I want to try avoiding releasing too many monsters. Oh, I didn't want to do that. That's going to release gas somewhere. Oh yes, a 1-up. That's just what I wanted. Ah, brilliant. And I've got 4 bombs. Oh! Ah! Ah! That's what happens when you get cocky. Just keep a little... So I think it's just this one, and then I'm good. Yep, I should not be repeating this level, but that was my own fault. Okay, that got all the monsters. Wait, didn't I get an extra life on this stage? Okay, let's blow everything. Do the extra lives come back? Let's find out. That's what I call, this is what's sort of called like triple bombing, where you use it to cause a chain reaction. Oh yeah, we have line bombing, so it'll do that, yeah. You're not really going to use that much, that's not really... The whip's probably a better ability, and the run. The run I've been using constantly since I've got it. Yeah, see, I think he was called Indie Bomberman, at least in the Western. I assume he's clearly inspired by Indiana Jones. The cover art was quite interesting, as it's got various Bomberman characters with non-conventional Bomberman weapons, which I was a bit like, not so keen on that. Kind of takes away from the character. Because one of them, they had one of the Bombermen holding a handgun, which I thought not really in the spirit of the character. So that's a fake. That's fake. So I've got one genuine down the bottom there. We tried this like one stage where there's only like one or two, well, like one genuine one. And you just got loads and loads of fake ones. Okay, that's a genuine one. Got at least one genuine crystal out there. I wonder if it's in the corner down below. Or if it's not down here, it might be over the other side. Nope, that's a fake as well, so it's got to be over the other side. That's the genuine one. Okay, there won't be an extra life on that stage. We had one on the previous one, so I'll just head for the exit. Right, I will wrap up at the completion of this world. Okay, straight off I can see that's not a genuine crystal, so I don't want to blow that one. Okay, got a mummy wandering around. I don't really want to free that mummy just yet until I've got some space to manoeuvre. Okay, that's a genuine one. Now is that going to... Okay, that's a genuine one also, so I'm just going to run. Still okay. There's no. I'm gonna have to free this mummy. So if I do that, I might as well do a big old chain. Basically, I want to be able to get out. If you're going to free a monster, you want to make sure you've got lots of room to maneuver. You don't want to... Hi Tom Ivars, thanks for joining the stream. Apologies, I didn't see your comment first off. Tornivus. Let me see if I can pronounce that name. Tornivus. Glad to see you liking the Bomberman stream. Warriorverse. Pretty awesome and crazy change. Yeah, it was. I mean, this is actually the sequel, so basically... And you can actually... There's a cheat code in Wario Blaster to convert Bomberman to being back at the correct game, I think. And it was a nice change, I suppose, adding in Wario. At least it meant you had another character to play as. But I don't think there's too many crystals in this one. Tornivus. Yes, apologies if I mispronounced your name. Thank you for the confirmation there. Okay, I think that might be the last. No, I've always got another crystal. I think that will probably be up here somewhere. This is actually quite a good one. I'm quite enjoying this one, Bomberman 2. It's not perfect. I think there are a lot of... The music's not great. The music needs to be a bit better, that I will say. So I'm looking for the... Oh, okay, that's got to be the last one. Basically, this... So each of the worlds in this is a different theme. This one I have to blow up the fake gem and not... No, the real gem and not the fake one. So the real gem will open the exit and kill all the monsters. The fake one causes these cracks to emit a lethal gas. Yes, there are a few games that allow you to do that. There's a couple of them. I know what you mean about the 32X. There's a couple of them that let you change region. We actually did. Is it Cyber Brawl? We actually covered on the channel, and that one definitely has a region change code cheat. A few games did. There's a Jericho beat 'em up that did as well. One of the brawlers. Oh, he's got me. It's always quite nice. The Yeah, we covered Cyber Balls on the main channel. It wasn't a stream video. There is I think we've got one of the Japanese version and the English version. I think look Cosmic Carnage. If you just search it on the YouTube search, they should come up. Actually, I covered one of the Jericho Brawlers as well that had it, and I can't remember the name of it. It's Rushing Beats. It's the sequel to Rushing Beats, which is Brawl Brothers. That's it. He's actually getting faster now at the end. He must be near death, I imagine. I'm getting this time, come on. Actually, if I die, I lose a bomb. Or if you continue, lose. Yes, got him. Yes, it's the same with the physical versions. Which is quite nice if you get... It's rare you tend to do that, get both versions of the game on it, but it's nice to have it. I think in Brawl Brothers' case, the Japanese version was slightly better than the Western one, because they made the Western version convolutedly hard on the first stage, which killed the enjoyment of it. And this is like, why did you do that? Yes, that's the one, Tornivus. Tornivus. Yes, the one with the sort of red cop, and there's 3 of them. There's it's like Rushing Beat, Shingo, and Rushing Beat Juno. And the 3rd one is really, really good. We did cover them because there's a compilation as well on the SNES that got recently released by Retrobit. So I can now tackle with the B button as well. I will quickly do this. I'm not going to go much further than this. I noticed the training mode had 7 areas, didn't it? So I suspect there's probably Monster's Tongue, Monster's Lift. Tongue, they're obviously going to eat the bombs or grapple them. Monster's Lift means they're going to throw them, so let's go. I hope you enjoyed the Panzer Bandit stream as well. That one actually inspired me to write a piece for the blog, which I'm hopeful should be up in the next day or 2, as we've been actually looking into forcing PAL PS1 games into 60 Hz, and it can be done. Yes, we do. I have actually taken suggestions quite a few times on streams before, so not this week, but if you've got anything you'd like to see next week, let us know and I'll certainly consider it. If we have it, we can't stream anything we don't have access to, so if we don't, none of the randomised gaming team have a copy, we can't stream it. But if you've got suggestions, by all means fire away. If there's anything we've covered on the channel previously, we can cover. The only thing I'm trying to avoid at the minute is recover series, but as oh, this one you don't get as much time, so I need to be a bit quicker. Yeah, if you've got suggestions, by all means fire away. At the minute we have the Saturn out, the SNES out. I actually packed up the GameCube at the minute, although I will be... Yes, usually we post what we're going to stream in the community page if you're interested. So we always have, if you're subscribed to the channel, I don't know if you see the community page, we usually include. I haven't actually covered the Saturn this week, but I'm mainly doing Super Game Boy after last week. But I felt I wanted to do a bit of a change. And nice to actually do show the Super Game Boy. This is actually the Super Game Boy 2, which we had a stream last week where we covered it more in depth, where I actually showed some of the various modes and stuff with it. It is a really nice update on the Super Game Boy as well, the Super Game Boy 2, as it includes. We don't actually do we don't actually do emulation. This is the real McCoy here. So this is I'm actually playing on my North American Super Nintendo with via the Super Game Boy 2. Although I should say my North American Super Nintendo has been slightly modified, i.e. we've removed the tabs that that prevent you from inserting Japanese cartridges, as the Super Game Boy 2 was only released in Japan. So if anyone's wondering how I'm playing on a North American Super Nintendo, basically there's two tabs at the bottom and I've just literally used a craft knife to cut them out. We don't use emulation. In fact, it's actually illegal to stream emulation technically. You can't, well, it's not illegal. You're not. Yeah, it basically is illegal. You're not covered under copyright law because you're not covering the original cartridge or the original software license. And you need to basically. One of the things people don't realise is if you have a physical game, that's effectively. I said, yeah, all our stuff's, most of it, aside from basically, unless there's a legal reason, or let's say a good legal reason not to own a game. So as an arcade game, they're never released to the public. Many of them are they're no longer readily available. But when the games are readily available, you must stream the actual cartridges. Panzer Bandit I bought quite a few years ago, so there are quite a few games now that I simply cannot justify the price tag for. So unless we started doing a patron to pick up slightly more rarer titles or something, which I'm very much against patrons, so I believe we should be able to stand on our own 2 feet. Let's say we're waiting on a test case legally, so you need to be a bit covered, because if someone opens up the doors to a test case, and remember all policies can change at any moment, so you need to be able to have some legal ground. So you need to be actually streaming your official cartridges or versions of the game you own, unless you're given direct permission via the publishers. I mean, some of them do have direct permission. Many of them are very lenient these days, but I mean, even Nintendo have allowed people, as long as you're adding your own stamp, to do it. But basically, you're still technically supposed to have the legitimate versions of the games. If you're going to stream them, you have to still own them, because if you don't own the game directly, you don't have a license to play it. And if they ever tighten up the law on that, anyone who doesn't own the game and streamed it could well end up having to, we even put up a video on YouTube having to remove it, unless you, like I said, unless you have a justifiable argument as to why you couldn't, say, play the original, i.e. arcade games, which are not exactly easy to come by and never commercially available to the public. Which is something I did study law, so you do have to be aware of those factors. They're still legally waiting on a bit of a test case, but you do need to know some of the base sort of laws that are about. You're not actually covered under fair use if you don't use the genuine cartridges, or if you don't own the license to play it. It's one thing to play it on emulator and actually have a copy of the game, because that becomes a debatable issue, but it's one thing to be playing a game on emulator that you do not own and that's readily available to purchase. It's different if it's out of, you have a kind of legal argument, but it's something that's worth a lot of people don't realise. I think I'm going to do World 5 and then I'll finish. Seeing as I've already a few way in. This is not too hard actually, World 5. The stones are just... Oh, I should have blown a few more of the skulls to make sure I got another bomb. Having 4 bombs. The line bomb's not particularly very good. What was the other one I got? The tackle. Is that just I can run into bombs now instead of just... Yeah, the whip's just a bit better. I can run into... Originally if I walked into the whip it'd just beat it the one down. It's quite nice. I should use the whip more, because you can use it to trap enemies. Must be the hardest world by far had to be the second world. If you want to see the ones we've covered on the, just look at the ones on the channel. Just type Sega Saturn in the search on the channel, and I'll show you a list of them. If there's any particular game you'd like to cover and stream, just leave a list of your top 5 games, and I can see if we have access to them. But more than likely, if you name, unless it's a really obscure type, one of the teams likely got it. Yeah, something like CDI, that might be a problem, as none of us have any CDI games. Or 3DO for that matter. Yep, we covered Dark Savior on the channel already, so I probably don't want to do videos of games that if I did a stream video, it's almost going to be identical to our starting video. So Dark Savior, if you look, just type in, just type in Sega Saturn on the search if you go to the actual channel, and you'll see the game. So just name something. I mean, if we've only done a quick video, I don't mind covering it again. But something like Dark Savior, you're not going to get, I'm probably not going to get, yeah, the Saturn playlist is probably not fully up to date at the minute, although it won't. Actually, no, it should do, because it's got an auto listing. So yeah, I forget I added in an auto search on that one, so automatically, or an auto add, so it automatically adds stuff. So Bomberman it's a nice game. I'd say it's actually pretty good, solid. It's surprisingly big, I'd say, for a Bomberman game. So it's not. Some of the other ones are quite short, and the fact you've got some replayability with this one, with the different worlds. I don't know if there's any unlockables. It's sort of heading into 1995 when you started to see Game Boy titles with the odd sort of yeah, I covered the first hour of Dark Savior with the opening start of one of the parallels, and the problem is, I know even playing on a stream, I'd probably only get to the start of one of the parallels again, and it would probably only be the same parallel, because a lot of the parallels, although I finished it in the past, you have to really know your way around that ship, and it's been some years since I played it properly and done all the various parallels. So, and we'd likely cover the game. I could always chat about it. I'd like to try and cover something we haven't necessarily done before. Yeah, Dark Savior, I could actually cover. So Dark Savior is technically the 3rd game in the Landstalker series. It was really, really good. I wish it got a sequel. The only thing that's always a bit weird is that the game appears to hint towards a 6 parallel. That there seemed like there should have been a completion parallel, but there never was. There's some. So I know there's one fan theory that basically your character is imprisoned on the island. I mean, it is a fantastic game. It was slightly censored in the Western version. They changed. Originally, it was like cigarettes and porn magazines, I think. So I'm going to need to be a bit careful there, because those mouths could lock me in if I'm not careful. Which is what they did there. Alundria we haven't covered, and I can cover Alundria. Landstalkers, no, Alundria is not part of the Landstalker series. It's actually, there's it's Landstalkers, the rather oddly named Lady Stalker, which is a sequel to Landstalkers, but a slightly inappropriate name than Dark Savior. Yeah, there are a couple of There are a couple of odd changes. You could actually recruit almost every character in Dark Saviour, which is quite a nice touch. It's actually quite hard to get them all as well. Yeah, we've done the 2-player mode in Dark Saviour too. You basically have the second player. There's 5 parallels, because there was a special arena parallel. You can sort of battle it out. Because it was well documented on all the cheat magazines back in the 90s. I kind of think I've sort of done about saying about Bomberman. Again, there's not really much I can say other than the fact that I need to try and try and get to this end of this world, and I'm not gonna be careful with the tongues this time. So let's do that. Oh! Nice to see you continue. Yeah, one of the cool things about Dark Saviour is the fact you can literally recruit every enemy in the game, but you have to get the attacks just right. I can't remember, I don't think you could recruit Brian, but you could recruit almost everyone else. But the one thing a lot of people did wonder is if there was ever a 6th parallel. There was space for it on the menu, but it doesn't appear. It appears they may have intent, because there isn't one that really rounds it off. The story never quite resolves itself, which is quite irritating. And Dark Saviour. I would like to colour Saturn Bomberman at some point, but I think we'll probably do a full playthrough at some point with the open source scan converter. I think there's 1 or 2 you can't recruit, but almost all of them can be recruited, but some of them are very, very tricky. Yeah, Brian, it's pretty... Yeah, I think I never had to struggle getting the pigmen. One of them was really hard to get, and we did actually recruit 1 or 2 odd ones. It's like, okay. You've got to be quick. We'll activate this one. Okay, that one is really annoying. That's the fireball done. So let's finish off the stage, hopefully. Ooh, I should be careful. Planting bombs at the minute. Blown up a power up already, annoyingly, which I didn't want to do. I think with some of the recruitment on Dark Saviour there was a slight random element, i.e. you may or may not recruit them. Yeah, I mean, it's most of the stuff in the manual is always quick to read. You should always have the manual. I should ideally. Oh, that's. Don't want to get caught by that one. Okay, I've got the exit, so I'm going to have to blow that one, and straight after blow. I'm pretty sure pretty much all of them could be recruited. Some of them are pretty much RNG. I think there's definitely 1 or 2 can't be recruited, but I think largely some of them it's just more luck. I think there is a random factor. I remember we were playing the fight loads of times, one time to recruit one character, because I think it's only a chance on certain characters you'll get them. Okay, so this is 5-5 and then 5-6. Not really used the running charge much I got in this one. It's actually quite a good Game Boy Bomberman game. It looks really nice. I do like the Indiana Jones theme. Certainly bigger than Battletoad. We've lasted, we've still got a way to go through the game. Still got 2 worlds. I can't remember, unfortunately. It's been, as I said, it's been over a decade since I last fully played Darkstalker. In fact, I think I did it. I actually did it back in about. I fully played through it back in about '97, so it's been a very long time. So I can't tell you. I can't even remember half the character names, the plot for a lot of it. Right, I'm going to whack this one down. I'm going to whack another one down. And whack another one down for good measure as well, just in case something... As I said, this was in 1997. That was a long, long time ago since I last played through it. Over 20 years ago. You try remembering something you played through 20 years ago. I didn't replay Dark Savior much as well. I should have done. But it's not a game like Mana, it's something like Secret of Mana where I played to death, so I can remember. Still, even now, I remember a lot of it. So. I think this is actually turning out to be... It's a solid Bomberman. I wouldn't say it's a perfect Bomberman. I think... As a handheld ones go, it's pretty decent. Certainly well recommended, but it's... Again, a lot of the Bomberman games are quite pricey these days. Wario Blast is quite common. This one is not particularly very common when I was looking. As I mentioned, this is a cart... I've only got the cartridge for this one, so even I myself would like a full, complete box copy. It may have even... There are a few... Nintendo Game Boy games that came with 2 manuals, because one was for the Super Game Boy and one was the normal manual. So there are a rare couple of games that actually had both. So if you've got some of those ones, you have to be very careful you get both manuals with it as well. Although I don't know if this one came with both manuals or not. Okay, here we go with the boss, and then I'm going to wrap up the stream, everyone. Spider boss. No, it's a scorpion. Okay. Oh, he's going to throw his claws at me. Okay, that's not that menacing. He's just going to throw his claws straight at me. Nope, now I'm going to be spot. Oh, I thought I was going to be in a lot of trouble there. And I am there. Okay, let's finish this one. Get this one this time as I'm in my last life, and I don't really want to have to do. Oh, I'm gonna be down a power up. See, So yeah, you do get passcode. Yeah, you lose. Okay, so I really need to be on the ball this time. So I don't want to lose all the power ups against this boss. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. The light. Just okay, I need to be careful so I stay in blasting range. Oh, okay, this is the first boss that's actually shown any real trouble. Was giving me any real trouble. Oh, I do one step closer. again. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, right, I've got to be really tactical now. I'll get the bombs in really close. Okay. I'm not having much luck. Right, if I don't beat it this time, I certainly won't be beating it once my power reduced even further. Let's get this guy. So much tail at me. Okay, so I think the best idea is to wait for it to see which bit. Oh, it's actually invulnerable in certain frames of animation. Really need to out. So let's hope that gets. It's gonna... Okay, that's... I got bested by quite a simplistic... It's quite simplistic, but it's actually quite troublesome. Now, there's definitely one, if you lose your bombs, you're in a heap of trouble. Okay. Me in heap big trouble, as they say in Sunset Riders. Speaking of Sunset Riders, that has recently released, which is... probably one of the best arcade archive releases in. I'm so glad that's finally had an arcade re-release. Okay, yes, so let's leave a bomb for him there. Basically got to guess where he's going to head to and then drop a bomb. Okay, that's really, really annoying. Now I'm down to one bomb, one power. Okay, yeah, not a good start. Is that going to hurt him at that range? No, no. Okay, he always goes back, doesn't he? So I can probably... predict. Yeah, I think so. Sunset Rider's been re-released on pretty much everything in arcade archives. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to try and herd this guy. This boss is horrible. Okay, he wouldn't be that hard if I still had the. What I'm gonna do is try and get into either. Okay, right, okay, that's got him. So I can herd him into... So basically the aim is to herd him to attack me with something. And then drop a bomb where I think he's going to be. So I think he's going to be there. Come on, can you come down? Is that him gone? Yes, yes, that is how you end a stream on. Okay, that has been Bomberman GB, or I should say Bomberman GB 2 if you're released in Japan. And that is the 5th area, and that's actually been 2 hours this stream, so it's slightly longer than I intended. I've been quite enjoying it, actually. Learn to ride the motor bomber. Oh, nice. Do we get to see that? Allows you to move faster and also to jump over one block. Oh, nice. That's a new ability I've not seen in the previous game. Let's quickly just see that in action. And then I might just bump myself off just so I've got the code at the very end of the stream. But I'm going to say thank you for watching, everyone. I wish you a good night, a good evening, a good morning, or a good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Please do hit that like button. As mentioned, this was developed by a company called A.I, and I think in conjunction with Hudson Soft Cave Trial. Or Cave Count, let's do Cave Trial. Blow up cans to see the light. Oh, it's going to be pitch black or something. Oh, he's actually riding a bicycle. Ah, nice. You can jump over things. Can I jump over? Ah, so I can jump. Oh, that's interesting. Normally you can't jump over the solid blocks. On this one you can actually jump over the solid blocks. That makes things. You can't jump over the destroyable blocks, but you can jump over the solid ones. I'll try and guess where the cans are as well. Okay, everyone, if you enjoyed this stream, as always, I will say hit the like button. Thank you for watching. I'm just literally going to see what that is. Oh, that's the barrel. If I hit that, it's probably going to light it all up, isn't it? I wonder if there are hidden enemies on this stage that you need to have the light active to see. Actually, so you keep hitting those. So that's the function on it. So actually each of the stages in this one actually have slightly different mechanics in how they go, which is really quite nice. I see, so that the light doesn't last long in this one. You obviously got to... Oh really, Wario Blaster, yeah. I think I played Wario Blaster. I don't remember finishing it though. I know one of the other team members have definitely finished it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this stream. I thank you all for watching. Thanks for joining on the stream, Torn Eves. Pleasure chatting to you. I'm going to finish now. We will be back tomorrow with a fight night. As I said, it will be on the Super Game Boy. We're going to have a quick think tomorrow which one of the sort of games it will be. I've checked that it actually works, just in case there are any issues with it working on the Super Game Boy 2 or anything. But if not, we will hopefully have a Game Boy game played on the Super Game Boy. Thanks for watching, everyone. I've been your host, Random Gamer Riven. I will wish you a good night, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's stream. See ya.